Yo, let's go. I won another tournament. This time I won a box of the new set, Alliance Insight. Yeah, I played a very similar Lightsworn build, so this deck is basically 8-0, but there are some updates and things I want to talk about, so I will show it off. First off, one Raikou, and I do want to talk about this. And what I want to talk about is how, yeah, we're going down to like one Raikou in Lightsworn as standard, and that's like weaker if people know it. You know, basically, like, if people know you're only on one Raikou and it gets milled or something, then they're not gonna like even think that you have a Raikou face down, which does make setting weaker, and that's like worth noting, I guess. Lumina, of course. One of the main changes, I went up to 2 Arcus in this build. This is something that I set and people attacked into thinking it was Raikou though, for example. Aaron, 2 Lila, once again. Still just 1 Jane, because again, I just have the 1 Ultra. I went down to 1 Garoth. Garoth honestly did put in a little bit of work just by sitting there being 1850 though. The first round I played Hero Beat though, which I have a decent matchup against, but it being 1850 was not the greatest in that exact situation, but whatever. The 1 Graganith, I did not summon this time. And then the MVP of the deck, honestly, 3 Wolf. So I'm pretty good at milling Wolf, is what I've learned when playing this deck, and other people I think would attest to that. So yeah, I was just milling Wolf all day at the right scenarios once again. But to be fair, I was also drawing Wolf a ton, you know? Like, yeah, it goes both ways, you know? 2 Celestia once again. Celestia put in a lot of work popping stuff. 2 Honest. I guess one thing about Honest, and shout out basically to my round 1 opponent for, there's the guy who's playing Hero Beat, who, I guess if you drop Honest first, your Honest wins. And in this particular instance, he did know that I had Honest, because I got it back off Monster Reincarnation. And I dropped mine first without actually really like asking if he had it. And he was like really cool about the scenario, because honestly neither of us knew that me dropping it first mattered, and which is like, yeah, like I'm a noob at this deck, you know, I'm getting carried, beginner's luck, whatever, but basically someone from nearby just chimed in and said that it works that way, so cool. Shout out to him for being cool about it. Basically that was integral to my tournament run. 2 JD, boom boom. I didn't draw this much though. I mean, I guess I kind of drew it, but I don't know if I blew up more than like 3 boards or something all day. Plague though, I was making synchro monsters. I summoned like 5 or 6 synchros. There was like at least 2 games where I made a synchro by normaling Plague and then, you know, Plague effect, make a different synchro. Yeah. The Mistworm came up though. Do get a Mistworm, obviously, if you're playing Lightsworn. Another thing that came up, I wanted to make an Armory Arm at one point, just for the traditional effect of boosting my attack to attack over a Gazaris, and I didn't have it, which thank you once again to my opponent for being super cool about letting me take back my play. Honestly, I didn't even ask if I could, I just kind of did it. So yeah, shout out to Josh for being integral in my success. Card Trooper, it mills. Gores, Necro. I did still play the Shield Warrior, and the Shield Warrior put in work. There was one time it protected my Raikou so that I could tribute for Celestia, and that was obviously good. I bumped it to 2 Cyber Dragon. Honestly, I'm running 41, and I didn't realize I was running 41. I got pretty confused when I was planning the deck with one of my friends. I was like, what am I like? I couldn't count or something. But anyway, wasn't awful. This is something, if you wanted to go down to 40, you could bring it back to 1 Cyber Dragon. I also thought there'd be Machina, and there wasn't really. Heavy, Cold Wave. Cold Wave, like I said last time, ridiculous card. I'll just play this and make a play. It doesn't even need to be JD, you know? This is the card that I didn't realize was still in the deck, which is Rhoda, like as kind of a 41st card. It was not in my dueling book version, I guess. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. Basically, it was unintentional, but it worked quite well. Like, it's kind of a worse Charge of the Light Brigade in the sense that Charge is just a better Rhoda. So you can grab various things. Like I said last time, you can grab obviously the obvious Lightsworns, but also Necro and Shield Warrior. And I was aware that I was running this card, I just wasn't aware that it was putting me to 41. So I even sided cards that this can search. So yeah, Rhoda and Lightsworn, OP maybe. One monster reincarnation. This is kind of similar to Raikou, where if people know that I'm on one, it's slightly weaker. But yeah, once again, I just have a 1 Spanish is why I'm on 1, honestly. Foolish, Charge, best card in the deck, Solar Recharge, Mirror Force, Threatening, 2 Beckoning, and then 2 Trap Stun in the main deck. So this is another one of the main changes. I put up, yep. So this is one of the other main changes. I brought it up to 2 Trap Stun in the main because it was really effective. This is not something that I would change. I am kind of surprised people don't do this more. I was talking to another Lightsworn player though, and he's like, why not just Decree? And I guess the answer is Decree can get MST'd straight up. Like, that is why. And people do draw their Mystical Space Typhoon sometimes. I just want my 1 turn to go off and blow up their board anyway. So on to the side deck. Don't know how many changes there were in this. 2 Consecrated. I actually did see Consecrated this time, but it was against Vayu, and obviously it's not an amazing side. For the record, I only put 1 in just in case or whatever, Heart of the Cards. Because it's not that great, I only put 1 in. So this is the card I was alluding to, DD Warrior Lady. It's a light, obviously, is the synergy. It's a warrior, you can search it. I wasn't really sure what I was worried about, but I was kind of applying the logic that Jake Mattern was talking about, where if you have some other stuff set, and then you set a DD Warrior Lady, they do not think it is going to be that in the deck that I'm playing. I thought people were going to soul release me. I just had like a soul read, basically, that I was going to get soul released, so I wanted to negate that, sort of. Also, I guess I can recycle Necro. MST, I moved it to the side this time. I did side these in against like multiple people. So I definitely against Gladiator Beast to flip them down and make it so they're not GBs. They're just monsters, I guess. And then I think I used this against the Hero Beat player too, just to make zeros be flipped down. My Body as a Shield, another card that basically won me the tournament in a way. This killed a Gazaris and basically won me a match against Gladiator Beast. 2 Compulse on the side. Again, I'm pretty good at drawing my side cards and milling my wolves. So I saw this when I sided it in. It was really effective. Iron Wall, I don't remember if I actually was able to resolve that at all. And then 2 Decree, I only sided that in. I only sided 1 of these in, similar to the Consecrated. Again, on some Heart of the Cards. I was playing like 8 traps or something in the sided, version of the deck. And so I got asked by my opponent how many I was on, and I just said a fuckload was honestly my answer. But I'm trying to blow up the Decree. My opponent's trying to blow up the Decree. The Decree will leave the board. 2 Chimera Tech, Cataster, and Android. I actually made the Android because it's a light and to gain life. I don't remember why wanting to gain life mattered to me in that scenario, but I did. Piercing Dude, Tempest Magician. I at least thought about making this at one point. Brio. There was one time I guess I missed game with Brio, but my bad. Again, I'm a noob at the deck, and yeah, but basically I had them under Cold Wave, and I didn't go for this. I went for Goyo and took their Stardust instead and stuff, but I could have just won the game. I ended up winning the game, but that's not the point. I still, should have been punished for it, but whatever. Goyo, Black Rose. When I made the play where I wanted to go for Armory Arm, I was at least still able to make a Black Rose, because I was going to be putting the Armory Arm on a Cyber Dragon, so yeah. This I put in, I think I had it in last time maybe anyway, but I guess you can wall out Herc with it, and it's a light. It's a pretty decent synchro. 1 Stardust, 1 Darkened, Thought Ruler, Colossal, and then this should be a Mistworm, basically. But yeah, I won a box, basically 8-0 playing Lightsworn. million wolves. That is how you do it. So yeah, thank you for watching, and peace.